Good morning, Maureen and Jenna and Angelina and the entire universe and everybody else out there. I hope everybody had a nice day yesterday. My day went pretty good. I have no complaints. So, welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection, Daily Inventory, reminder to take a breath, chance to check in with the universe, and just a way to start the day or restart the afternoon or evening, wherever you happen to be at whatever time this is. You know, I'm still getting used to the fact that I've shaved this off. It's like, who in the heck am I looking at? So, but I just got word there is a Poe soiree going on October 2nd in Baltimore, where they celebrate Poe. It's where Poe's buried. And I will be doing Dressed in Period Piece. Good morning, Jenny. So I'm going to be doing tarot at the Poe soiree, October 2nd in Baltimore. Again, dressed in period costume, and that should be a lot of fun. So, looking forward. I got to start advertising on my webpage again. It's just I forget about it because I think I do this a lot just because I really love reading for people. But I don't like the extra stuff that goes with it. What can I say? So here we are. Just now that Jenny's here. Okay, Jenny, we were waiting for you, Jenny. Now we can go ahead and listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Take that breath. Oh, and I accidentally pulled this shirt out. Anyway, I have two friends of mine who are auditioning for Macbeth. One person's auditioning in Gaithersburg, and another one's auditioning for the same play in DC, and we were just laughing about that. It's like, why do they always put on the same plays at the same time? I'm sure you have. I really do. A Poe appropriate deck. So I have a few decks. I'm going through the list. Of course, my historical self is like, they would have only had one deck back then in the late 1800s, so I should use this deck. And it's like, you know what? People are going to a Poe soiree. It's like I get some pretty gothy decks. So we'll see. What was I doing? I was taking that breath. Jenny, I hope your foot's doing okay. Because my feet are flat on the floor, and I'm rolling the ankles because that feels really good. And then checking in with our feet, and then my butt, making sure it's doing the happy dance, and it's nice and comfortable. Moving up to the shoulders, shrugging the shoulders, taking that breath. And then checking in with the neck. And then just let that light switch kick in. So that we do this. Yeah, the fabulous Poe deck. I'm sure I have a copy of that Poe deck somewhere because I was just looking for it. And I've got decks here. I've got decks here. I've got decks here. I've got decks in these two boxes here and this box over here. It's like, oh my goodness. Taking baby steps without the walker. Be careful. The crow. See, Maureen, you are brilliant. Why didn't I even think of that? Because that's one of the ones that I always use too. The crow deck. You are so amazing. Okay. So, what's the first thing I'm going to do? Going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path because this stack will lead us down one path. And this stack is a totally different conversation from the path this one will take us down. The question is, Which thread do we want to pull? Which path do we want to take? And today, let's take the center one, or what I like to think of as what's right at the heart. So I'm going to do hour, 3, and 1. What I'll do is I'll flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. So, our first card is the Ace of Cups. So we've been getting lots of aces. And this is the Alice Tarot. But here we have the Ace of Cups. So what is cups? Cups is our spirituality, emotions, and feelings. Aces are when we plant that seed. So this is about allowing ourselves to start our morning with a fresh breath. And for me, the cup is a cup of coffee, because that will always boost my spirit. So today is just it just is a reminder that each day we get to start, or evening, or whatever time this is, but when we get the Ace of Cups, we know that this is about when we start something new, or when we're open to it. To the Knight of Cups. So yesterday we were with the, what was it? The Knight of Wands, I believe it was. Well, now the Knight of Cups. So, Knights again are fire, energy, passion, drive, all those things that in the 1500s, when you wanted to send a knight into battle, a knight has something to prove. A knight wants to become a king, and he does that by, charging in there and just sometimes doesn't even think. He's just going in to battle, to be the knight. And so when we're the Knight of Cups, and if this is our feelings and our emotions, and sometimes we can get excited and we can run with them, or, sometimes that fire can burn us too. So with the Ace of Cups, it's about planting that seed. The Knight of Cups is what we're doing with our feelings, with our spirituality. Again, with the knights. It's not like a king who's just sitting here and saying, today I shall be spiritual. The knight is when our emotions do have a chance to get out and gallop. And they can go in multiple ways. To the Two of Coins. So, when we have the Two of Coins and an Ace of Cups, we have a path. And so coins are our home, our health, our finances, and all the things that keep us grounded. And twos are about a choice. So this is one of those things where we can use that positive drive, that our spirituality, emotions, our feelings, we plant that seed, and that can be a positive thing, and then we can share it. The knight is running around on his horse. We can share it. We can, give it to other people. We have, it reminds us about the joy of joy. You know what I mean? The joy of joy. So that, at the end of the day, when we're thinking about our lives, our friends, our family, where we are, we have choices to make. We have bills to pay, don't we? We have all these things. If we come at it with a positive attitude, it's like, trust me, I'm still paying for this. We decided that we were going to go to France, and it was, we decided together, and we did that, and it was joyous and fun, and we were definitely the Knight of Cups, just enjoying and things like that. And then we come back, and it's being grounded. But I personally would not have paid for that trip, because I don't do things like that. So I'm glad I have a partner that's like, you're nuts. We're going and you're going to have a good time. So now we come back and we're more grounded, and, it's going to help me make the choices that are coming up. So let's see what the advice card is. The Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords came up again. And I mean, there's 78 cards, and this comes up a lot. Look at that Four of Swords. That is when we are able to rest. Swords being our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxiety. Fours are about stability. So sometimes the thing to consider is that when we're the Knight of Cups, sometimes we may forget to come back down. We expect to have, we want to have a good time. We want to do this. We want to do that. We may overindulge. We may overeat. These are the things that make us feel good. And when we're the Knight, having a third piece of pie makes us feel good. Thoughts, idea. I mean, it's our emotions, spirituality, feelings. That fourth piece of pie is awesome. But then I'm not going to feel that good for the next decisions that comes up, right? So this is just a reminder to enjoy life, but to stay grounded. Make sure that we can be the Knight of Cups. Enjoy good food. Enjoy doing nice things for people. Enjoy working on those feelings that make us positive. But it's almost like temperance. Not too much, not too little. Because we also need to maintain our stability, our mental stability. And we do that by not overindulging like the Knight of Cups might want to do. With the goal that it's like, you know what? It's just enough. So that when I do have choices to make around the house, it's not because I've done too much or too little or anything like that. Today, it's just about finding a balance, enjoying life, but keeping grounded. Actually, there's a cupcake in there, which is my downfall. So, starting with the tarot reading, I'm going to go out and enjoy things that will boost my feelings and emotions like the Knight would because of the passion, drive, and energy. But I'm not going to have a second cupcake today. And then that's going to help us just moving forward. So with that, I hope everybody has that at least one cupcake today, or that one thing that makes us feel good, but then keeping ourselves on that nice stable keel. Take care, everybody, and I am going to be back here again tomorrow. So, thanks again, you all, and I will talk to you later.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The stories we have found in the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light, readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears.